Well, hello there. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler. We're on special assignment with wine expert Fred Dex. We've been before, and we're looking forward to trying something good today. All right, what we do here is we take a look at a can, a bottle of beer, sometimes a spirit or wine will drop by. We're all friends in fermentation. We read everything on the label, we take a look at the artwork, we see what expectations are, we crack it open and see if it meets those expectations. We always use the same style of glassware. That way, none of the beers has a leg up when it comes to clarity or aromatics. And if you're really interested, most people, what they do in their tastings is they sniff, they sip, and then they let you know what they think. Well, my wine friend here has taught me, and you can click right up on the banner there. He'll explain much better that it is sometimes better to sip before you sniff.
Breaking rules and making rules.
That's a ticket. So today, what do we have? Well, the folks at, let's see here. At Return Brewing Company up in, let's see where they're from.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Brewed and canned by Crossroads Brewing Company, Catskill, New York, under special arrangement for Return Brewing in Hudson, New York. So we've got the Hudson River Valley folks up there, and what they have done is they went to Black Seed Bagels here in New York, and they said to them, you know, you got a lot of bagels left over, you know, after the day, and you don't want to throw them out. So what we're going to do is make beer out of them. And the folks at the bagel store said, hey, go ahead, this is great. So part of the grains that they put in here are bagels. Let's see what it says on the label here. It's a revival. Local malts, local hops, brewed locally and drunk locally. Traditional drinking beer, let's get back to it. Brewed with malts and hops from New York State, this beer includes excess Black Seed Bagels as part of its grain bill, reducing food waste and contributing to our shared sustainability goals. Tasting notes, a pleasant rustic malt flavor. Okay, we're looking for that.
Yep.
Biscuit notes. Now, sometimes the word biscuit gets kicked around in the words of the British use the word biscuit is a cookie.
It's a cookie. But we're used to like chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
chicken,
not that biscuit.
you know, southern biscuits, you know, with the gravy and stuff like that. Yeah.
This is I'm imagining the cookie. A whiff of lemon peel in the aroma, and if that's true, there's probably, I would say, citra hops in there, and a modest, refreshing, balancing bitterness. Tribute. This Kölsch style ale is inspired by the iconic beer brewed by our dear friend Dylan Weber at Comeback. Scan here to learn more. Let's see what else they've got.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a government warning that I shouldn't be pregnant or operate heavy machinery. 4.2% alcohol.
Wow.
So a Kölsch style. And 4.2, that's a session beer, and
Yeah.
a Kölsch would be a full-bodied Pilsner. I think it's a kind of like a Pilsen style, but with more malt to it.
Yeah.
Heavier body.
Yeah.
And they're telling us that we've got some citric and...
I mean, does that even quantify as a Kolsch? Or, you know,
That's,
bagels?
Yeah.
Citra hops?
yeah,
All the stuff there. It's like,
but it must be in the body of the beer.
Yeah.
That must be the real key.
or the fermentation style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm looking for a full-bodied malt clear beer.
Got you here.
Let's see if this meets expectations.
Yeah, this one is sort of bonkers.
Oh, we've got a clear beer here for sure.
Here, you want to switch me out?
Yep.
This one.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a new one for me. I've never heard of this brewery, number one, and number two, I've never heard of a beer with
Bagels.
everything's fair game.
Yep.
You could even brew beer with asparagus nowadays, and
If it makes sugar, it would do it.
yeah, exactly. Let's
All
take a
right.
look. Yeah, so I'm always about the color.
Carbonation is really
Really
low
good.
on this.
And it's got a nice, see that golden,
head.
it's a little bit of a yellow gold, it's,
Yep.
it's golden in color, so I'm
Oh,
expecting
absolutely.
some maltiness, I'm
Yep.
expecting some texture, but it doesn't look like a 4.2.
No.
It looks a little bit more like it would
Hefty.
be like a 5.5, 6.
Yep.
Or it
All
could
right.
even, it almost looks like a triple like a Belgian triple ale.
It's got some body there. I'd be surprised if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Let's go in for the first gulp.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. It's got a lot of grain, but there's. I'm not getting any of the citric, but a lot of malt grain, of not quite roasted, but toasty, and biscuit. Yes, there we go, a British biscuit.
You know, for all of the you know, all of the language and all the bravado on the can, this isn't really doing much.
No.
It's sort of, I mean, it tastes like beer, but like I was expecting like some wacky, you know, poppy seed, everything bagel sort of thing, and like a little bit of punch of the citrus, you know, a little bit of that hops, you know, punching out. But all in all, it's fairly just, it's sort of like just middle of the road. It doesn't go one way or the other.
I think what messes with my perception on this is the use of the word Black Seed Bagel.
Yeah.
Because you're not expecting a regular just plain bagel, which is probably what they use.
Yeah.
But you're expecting something, as you just said, with seeds, poppy seeds, and some other types of additional flavors. So it's misleading on the label for me reading it. So I'm imagining.
I was looking for something a little bit more exciting, whether I liked it or not.
Right. Correct.
But this is sort of just neutral.
Yeah.
It doesn't really it doesn't. You know, I was looking for this beer to almost like, you know, get me pissed off.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
Like.
How can they possibly do this?
How do you do this? And it's like, you know, and finding flavors that are unexplained, because this to me is like I've never had a poppy,
Yeah.
you know, a Black Seed, you know, beer with this and that, but yeah, just sort of it's sort of boring.
Unfortunately, folks.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean,
Well,
I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't like it, but
no,
like,
it's a nice little beer.
It's like false advertising.
Well, it's tough to It's tough to wrap my mind around. Well, I can. Both of us have worked in fermentation, so we know what sugars do and how yeasts and working with grain and all that kind of stuff. So we understand it.
Yeah.
But I think that for someone who is not that familiar with this, it is a confusing beer. So it just doesn't meet.
It doesn't meet expectations, and I think, you know, that the only thing I can really find is the back of the palate.
Okay.
So like you taste up front, you sort of taste, you know, if you have the diagram of your tongue, you're supposed to get sweetness on the front and acid and sour on the sides, and then umami all over, and then the back is bitterness. The only thing I can really find that the black, because I expected some bitterness from the seeds.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's happening on the back part of my tongue.
Yep.
And that's really the only thing I can find that really would like point me my beer compass to this style. But flavor-wise, I just want a lot more out of this.
Again, I have trouble with using the word, even if it's a trademark, Black Seed, it just sets your mind to expecting something else.
Yeah.
Well, if you enjoyed this presentation, please click on the subscribe button and the bell. That way you won't miss any of our presentations. A thumbs up and a share would be great, but we really look forward to your comments. I'm Pete LaFrance, the Old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations. Cheers.